I am a brand new Ghost fan, having really enjoyed their singles of Satanized and Lacrima, and the album Skeletá. But I haven't heard the old albums. So in this series of videos, I'm going to be checking out every single Ghost album, one by one, to get up to speed on the entire lore, if I can, but also, importantly, the music over the years. Now, there's been a bunch of comments with different opinions as to how I should do this. Either I should go from the very first album onwards, or go to the one just before Skeletá and go backwards in time. What I'm going to do is go from the very first one onwards, as if I followed the band's journey from the beginning, because I think maybe those steps, as time goes on, will make a little bit more sense. And apparently there's a particular way I should do this. So, I'm going to check out the first album, called Opus. Then, I'll check out the second album. Then the third one. Then, I'll start the YouTube series from chapters 1 through 10. Then, check out the fourth album, Prequel. And then continue the YouTube series from chapter 10 to 17. Then, check out Impera. Then, watch the movie called Right Here, Right Now. And then chapters 18 through 20, and then I'll be up to speed. It's going to take a while. It's going to take months. And here's what I'm going to do. Every month, I will do one of the albums, and I'll put that on my Patreon page for a month. And then after a month, I'll put it on YouTube. And then the next month, I'll check out a new album, and the cycle will repeat from there. I'm also hoping to understand a bit more about the lore. So, on that note, there's a fandom.com website with a thing about Ghost. So, this apparently has some backstory and has some information about the first album period. So I'm going to read this first. So if you're also not familiar with Ghost, then maybe this will help you get some context from what we could expect from this album. I'm not expecting to love this album because this is like 15 years ago. Maybe the sound's very different, but you never know. We'll check it out. So Ghost is the public relations arm of Ghost, which is confusing. This other Ghost... Okay, Ghost is an eponymous devil-worshipping ministry that is the center of the band's story. Okay, so Ghost, the band, is the public relations arm of Ghost, the religion. Conducting its musical rituals in venues around the world, the band is easily recognizable owing greatly to its eccentric onstage presence. 8 of the group's 9 members, known as nameless ghouls, wear virtually identical face-concealing costumes. The most distinguishable member is the vocalist, currently Papa V, or Papa 5, Perpetua, who wears a mask while having a skull face paint and appears as what can be described as a demonic anti-pope. Each album cycle has brought about a change in the band's appearance and sound. Okay, so we can expect that. Though the vocalist is always portrayed as roughly the same archetypal character, there are appearance changes and different personality traits from former versions, thus being different characters. All the band members' true identities were kept well hidden from the general public until 2017, where 4 former members filed a lawsuit against the singer, confirming his true identity. Well, that's awkward. Okay, there's the high-level background. So, formation and Opus Eponymous era. So that's the album we're about to check out in a moment. A nameless ghoul said that Ghost formed in 2006 when the members were in another band together and played a riff for them that would become Stand By Him. Is that a song on the album? Yes, it is. Track 6, apparently. He said, I said this is probably the most heavy metal riff that has ever existed. When the chorus came to me, it haunted my dreams. Every time I picked up the guitar, I ended up playing that progression. And when I fit the words in, it seemed to cry out for a satanically oriented lyric. Okay. Fun. After choosing the name Ghost, the band decided to use their love of horror films and the traditions of Scandinavian metal in the band's imagery. A nameless ghoul said, everything started with a bunch of songs. We knew very early that to make this material work, we needed to fulfill our dream of putting a horror show together with music. We knew it would take a while to get things assembled, to get the imagery in order. It ended up being 2 years of planning before we made the announcement that the band was active. That led to a very fast signing with a record label and our first show. In 2010, the band produced a 3-track demo and the vinyl-only single Elizabeth before releasing their first studio album, Opus Eponymous, on October 18, 2010. The album was well received and was nominated for a 2011 Grammys for Best Hard Rock Album. That's pretty good going for a debut album. Look at that. Ghost supported gothic metal band Paradise Lost on their Draconian Times MMXI tour. MMXI. Is that 200? 11? I guess 2011. Makes sense. In April of 2011. There it is. I was just doing the Roman numerals. On May 29th, Ghost made their United States debut in the Maryland Death Fest. The band played at the annual Download Festival in the UK on the Pepsi Max stage. Gosh, that would have been a while ago. On June 11th. Well, 2011, turns out. Following their performance, Phil Anselmo, the lead singer of the band Down, performed wearing a Ghost t-shirt and invited 3 Ghost members to join him on the main stage where they performed Down's hit Bury Me in Smoke together. When Down closed their set, both guitars and drums were played by members of Ghost. Neat. Ghost took part in the Defenders of the Faith 3 tour with Trivium, In Flames, and Rise to Remain for its UK and Europe shows. The band then embarked on their first United States tour, 13 Dates of Doom, beginning in New York on January 18th, 2012, and ended on February 2 in Los Angeles. Ghost joined Mastodon and Opeth as the opening act of the Heritage Hunter tour through North America in 2012, and Nameless Ghouls said the band had completed writing their second album. Okay, so that's the era that we're within here, and this is the original Ghost image, as I understand it. Papa Imperatus. I saw this costume in the museum before the gig at the O2 Arena, I believe. This looks familiar. This is perhaps the one I thought, this looks like maybe some cheap-ish material, perhaps from earlier on in their era. Here it is. Looks like it's the original, the original Ghost. Okay, and he's got a full face mask for this. But sometimes it doesn't look like a mask, sometimes it just looks like paint. But okay, cool. So, this is who we're dealing with. That's the context that we're going into this with. So we're bringing this up. This is Opus Eponymous, the first album from Ghost. It is 34, almost 35 minutes long. It's got 9 tracks on it. Okay. First song looks like an intro. It's only 1:33 long. I'm very excited to check this out. Let's see what it's like. I don't know what to expect. And go. An organ? It almost sounds like it's in reverse. Something eerie about the way those notes are connecting. I'm so convinced this is actually a reversed audio. I wonder what happens if you play this the other way around. Just the way they transition is not normal. Interesting. Gives it a sort of slightly unsettling tone, that. Okay. How unusual. The bass. Drums teasing in on the ride. It's got a very old school metal sound. With an organ in it. With harmonies. The first line is Lucifer, we're here. Okay, the backing vocal supporting. It is a very kind of Black Sabbath sound. With like choir moment there. Organ chord. Bright and catchy in places, already from this era. And the harmony's there as well. Very earthy drum sound. It's not programmed at all. Bass. It's pretty spacious sound. Get the bass underneath, one guitar left, one lead guitar right. A sneeze. Excuse me. Slight open hi-hats, a nice touch. It's a fairly fully formed idea. They're sort of teasing it out as they fade it out. Right on. Okay, cool. Ritual. Oh, it's a crispy guitar sound here. Closed hi-hat with the pedal. I like the bass plays an important role early on. Oh yeah. I'm listening through the production. It's not high quality production, but the song inside is nice. This sounds familiar. They might have played this live. I love the palm muted guitar riff. With a haunting tone. This is almost kind of 60s style. The harmonies, the oohs in the background. Definitely already got that kind of campy, spooky vibe. Slight sloppiness to the drums, but I quite like the vibe. They did play the O2 Arena, I just checked. Sounded better live because they got higher quality production and equipment at this stage. Cool guitar riff. It's beautiful. You can hear the beginnings of the catchiness that would come later on with their new album. Jaunty guitar solo. Oh yeah. Looping those downward descending notes. Underneath there's an organ playing some chords. Okay, thought they might do another chorus there, but we're gonna fade out. Again, the bass is doing some lovely details. Not just playing all the downbeats, one after another. Cool. Oh yeah. That's a gasp of breath.
Underneath the moonlight of Bulgarian skies, buried in the blood-drenched earth, these barren lands of ice. She was an evil woman with an evil old soul, and piercing ice and motionless, our hearts of
They've definitely not quantized this. It's a slightly loose rhythm. Not exact. Similar kind of chorus feel to Ritual here. Sort of a whisper, breathy, additional vocal track here. Makes it unsettling. Bass on the downbeats there. High guitar lead. Tasty little moments of those guitar riffs. Deceptively simple, but now and then. Double strumming busyness. Interesting.
Our ancient countess,
Oh yeah.
what refused your desires were to bathe in pure fresh blood, she'd press in virgin skin.
It's all there, it just doesn't have the finesse that clearly later to develop. Love the inclusion of vocal harmony. Christ, this album's got a lot of listens. Nice. I forgot to mention this at the start. If you want to come with me on the journey on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. It's free. That part's completely free. You just click on the subscribe button, and then you'll see the videos that follow. Just an idea. Anyway, next up, Stand By Him. So this was mentioned, hang on, in the fandom thing. This was his first guitar riff he wrote, and he thought this was probably the most heavy metal riff that's ever existed. Let's put that to the test now and listen to it. Just drums to start. There's 2 guitar parts here. There's the right pan. Left was much more basic. This downstroke's palm muted. Follow along the lyrics here. It's pretty basic in its rhythms. Just looping that. It's pretty spooky, but also kind of campy. I like it. Nice. The bass here really makes it. Lovely guitar solo there. Okay. Punk rock bass.
All witchcraft comes from a carnal lust, which is a woman's sexual.
Okay. I don't know if these lyrics are helping me or hindering. Switch them off. Bit of an organ there as well. Interesting kind of push beats.
The moon shone bright above the trial.
Very nice. It's a certain tone. This is essentially the first song I've ever written, according to that fandom. So already, jaunty harmonies, catchy vocals, light and bright, against the darkness of the verses. Casual guitar soloing. I wonder if we're gonna fade out again. Love the bass. No, we're gonna ring out. I like that. The organ chord. Delightful. Now, Satan prayer. My parents would not be a fan of this concept at all. Snare at the bass, line it up. groovy fast. Fail to it. Again, the bass really shines.
The uncreator of heaven and soul,
Foul.
and the invisible and the visible, and in the Son begotten of Father, by whom all things will be unmade.
Light, delicate vocals. Harmonized guitar for most of that. Oh, we're at the hi-hats, the 16th notes. Jaunty. Light harmony to that vocal as well.
From sitteth on the left hand of his Father.
Interesting chord progression.
From thence he shall come to judge. Out of one substance with Satan, whose kingdom shall have.
Love the way that ascends.
Hear us to prayer. Our time is a creed.
Some of these.
Hear us to prayer.
Nice harmony.
For the coming of seed. Hear us to prayer.
It's so on the nose. Thematically.
Hear us to
Rise up from hell.
For the coming of seed.
So satanic. Yeah, there's an organ underneath what the guitars are doing. Very cool. Strong lead melody to this. And the bass. There's so little bass these days of like acoustic bass. It's electric, but still like an actual acoustically played bass guitar, not programmed, and it does add something significant.
And Holy Ghost, Overlord and Taker of life. Hear us to prayer. Our time is a creed. Hear us to prayer for the coming of seed. Hear us to prayer. Our time is a creed. Hear us to prayer for the coming of seed. Hear us to
What is that? Keyboard out of nowhere. Sci-fi like.
For the coming of seed. Hear us to prayer. Our time is a creed. Hear us to prayer.
Tidy ending there. Death Knell. Oh, there's a storm.
Say, can you see the cross inverted solemnly? A symbol for the ghost.
Such an old school rock sound. And in the phrasing, the drums and the guitars, how they match up.
666,
keys. A high, light note. Gone gentle with a bell. Cool. Snare sound. Cut. And that whack in that massive bell. Guess that's the death knell. Kong. Foreboding. Bass grumbling along underneath. Kong.
Can you say his name? Carrier of the light.
What a vocal delivery choice there. It's dramatic. Oh, bending that up. That organ of the keyboards. It's jaunty. Oh, the harmony there. Oh, it's spelling out Satan. Sex, sex, sex. Alright. Maybe I need to have the lyrics up. These are hilarious. Okay, 666. That's sex, sex, sex. As Victor reaches womb. Crikey. Alright. Another fade out. Next one, Prime Mover. Chime-like keyboard sound to that. Okay, let's pull up the lyrics. But I won't read ahead. Oh, wait. Guitar sounds louder in this somehow. Got triplets on that ride cymbal. Oh, the earthiness of those drums. The bass. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi-hat. Along with it. Jamming it out. Unusual melody choices.
A very cool house, obsessed
is a rare word in lyrics. Hi-hats doing some heavy lifting here. Bass. What happened at the end of that lyric? Oh, whispered, priest-like.
The bloodline of the dark architect. Toxic blood of not numbers. Antichrist will walk the earth.
Curious melodies. Here's a snare fill. Okay, we got the rest of the lyrics. And then we'll be on to the last song of the album. My only reference point is the most recent album, so I wonder if it's a pensive ballad on the way out, or something else. Okay, here we are, last song. Genesis. No lyrics. Interesting. Sounds programmed. It's very exacting. Changing that tone. Okay. I'm in. It's a large sound. Pretty badass. And yet jaunty. Oh, building again. Oh, again. Busy on the hi-hats. Washing with openness. My goodness for the lead guitar. Gives it a bit of purpose and a journey. Everything else is just looping. Galloping rhythm to it. Perhaps the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Kind of a vibe. Pretty tiring for the drummer. Busy kicks. Consistently hit. a keyboard coming in. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. I bet this fades out. Acoustic, very nice. It's very pretty. Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's glorious. Transitioned to a brighter place. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was gorgeous. What an unexpected and splendid end. Okay, that was a fascinating experience. Having heard Ghost's recent music only, really, hearing that. There's so many early moments hinting at what is to come. The wonderful harmonies, catchiness of some of those vocals in the choruses, especially Ritual, and you can see it in the number of plays and the fact that that's the only song of this album. It looks like that they played at the O2 Arena recently. That's like a big early hit. And for good reason. It's a catchy song. It's very good. Easily my favorite that I heard on this album. But there's moments in other ones. There's some pretty cool, like, headbanging-y, old-school metal riffs within there. The bass was an unexpected star of the show. How prominent they allowed that in some of the moments in the mix, but also in the songwriting. Everything else would drop out, just have bass on its own, or bass and drums, perhaps. And a proper, like, strummed, earthy bass. It sounded great. Thematically, amusing, with some of the lyrics going on there. Some moments of songs were not that, were a bit awkward, a little bit too kind of rustic, and this word is harsher than I mean it to be, but sloppiness in the rhythm, I kind of liked it. It gives it an earthiness. There's an authenticity to this. It's kind of grounded, which I liked. Once you get used to that kind of lower production sort of mix and sound that they had with this particular record, and then you hear the songs within it, you can enjoy it, I think. If I came across this randomly in a playlist and I didn't know anything about it, I'd be like, ugh, this doesn't sound very good. But if you get away from the sound quality of it, the ideas are quite fun. I think they're pretty well executed. I enjoyed that. I did. But had I not seen them live and I had not heard the new singles, new album that I've really enjoyed, would I have had a different experience listening to this? I think probably yes. I think knowing where they end up, I can thread the commonalities between them. And that brings out some of the details in this in a way that I appreciate more than maybe I would have if I just come to this cold. So I think that's actually been a pretty important experience for this. So let's go ahead and give that one a rating. Now, the rating I gave Skeletá was delicious. This one, I think, if I'm being totally fair, is overall halfway decent. But I mean this in a good way. I think the things that were good in this worked well. I think there's a lot of awkwardness, a lot of repetition, a lot of kind of rhythmic. And then, I mean this in terms of like rhythm guitars, like repetition there, with not that much interesting stuff going on around it. Some of the lyrical turns of phrase, I think, were just a little bit awkward. So I don't think I would regularly listen to this on a playlist. Most of this Ritual, yes. Stand By Him, I enjoyed. Elizabeth also had some lovely moments to it. But most of it, I'd say, is in the halfway decent. Some moments of solid, some moments of delicious. But overall, if I'm being absolutely fair, high within the realm of a halfway decent album overall. I'm excited to see what happens over the course of the few albums to go between this and Skeletá. I think there's going to be some absolutely brilliant moments in there. I'm told, I think, is it Impera people seem to really like, and Meliora seems to be a high favorite as well. So looking forward to getting them at some point. But again, I'm going to do this once a month. I'll check out one of these albums in order, or instead of the album, I'll be doing some YouTube chapters. Apparently, there's some kind of videos within there. I'll check those out. But that's the plan. So make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already done so for this channel, because there's more of this in future. I will check out every single album from start to finish and try and see what I can draw out from it in terms of the musicality and the songwriting, production bits and pieces, and also enjoy the mirth within it. So, but also, if you want to join my Patreon at the Legend tier or higher, you'll get an earlier sneak peek each album as they come out 1 month before they end up on YouTube. But there we are. So, Opus Eponymous, pretty jaunty in places, halfway decent. Enjoyed that.